Hanging out with smart people. You've probably heard the old saying that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But the actual brain science behind this is mind-blowing. Your brain features a built-in, copy-paste system made of special cells called mirror neurons. When you hang out with sharp, intellectual people, your mind naturally starts mimicking them. You aren't just memorizing the facts they talk about. You are subconsciously absorbing how they think, how they look at problems, how they analyze risks, and how they phrase their arguments. It forces your mind to stretch and level up just to keep pace with the conversation. It's like playing tennis with someone who is slightly better than you. Your game naturally gets better just by being on the court with them. Doing something new every day. Doing the exact same routine day after day is a silent brain killer. When your days are identical, your brain realizes it doesn't need to try anymore. It goes into a low-energy autopilot mode to save calories. But the absolute second you introduce a tiny bit of novelty, you shock your brain wide awake. This doesn't mean you need to skydive every morning. It means doing small, weird things like taking a completely different route home, trying a bizarre food you can't pronounce, or brushing your teeth with your opposite hand. This sudden change forces your brain out of its comfort zone and compels it to build brand new physical pathways to handle the unfamiliar territory. By constantly giving your brain fresh puzzles to solve, you keep your mind young, quick, and highly adaptable to anything life throws at you. Playing board games. Games like chess, Scrabble, or Battleship aren't just cheap entertainment to pass the time on a rainy day. They are heavy-duty weightlifting sessions for your mind. Think about what happens when you play chess. Your brain is forced to look ahead, predict your opponent's next 3 potential moves, and calculate a backup plan, all while managing your current pieces. When you play Scrabble, your brain is under a countdown timer, desperately hunting through the deep, dusty archives of your memory to retrieve words under intense pressure. You think you're just having fun with friends over snacks, but behind the scenes, you are running a high-stakes tactical combat simulation that sharpens your logic, spatial awareness, and quick-thinking skills. Making an I did list. Almost everyone is obsessed with making a to-do list, which usually just leaves us feeling stressed about all the things we haven't done yet. But truly smart people flip the script and use an I did list. At the end of a long, chaotic day, sit down for just 2 minutes and write out a list of things you actually finished and achieved. This simple habit triggers a massive rush of dopamine, which is your brain's natural reward chemical. But this isn't just about making you feel happy for a moment. Over time, documenting your wins literally rewires your brain's chemistry. It lowers your daily anxiety, clears away mental fog, and builds the deep cognitive confidence you need to tackle even heavier, more complicated problems tomorrow. Explaining what you know to others. There's a famous golden rule in science. If you can't explain a concept to a 6-year-old child, you don't actually understand it yourself. Think about what happens when you try to explain a complex topic, like history, a movie plot, or how a piece of technology works to a friend. Your brain has to do some serious heavy lifting. It has to strip away confusing jargon, organize a big mess of thoughts into a straight, logical line, and invent simple metaphors that make sense. This intense mental processing does 2 incredible things. It immediately shines a bright light on the parts of the topic you don't actually understand, while permanently locking the rest of the information deep into your long-term memory. Teaching others is the ultimate hack for mastering your own mind. Working out regularly. We always talk about exercise as a way to build physical muscles or stay in shape, but it is actually a direct injection of premium fuel for your head. When you lift weights, run, or even walk fast, your heart rate goes up, pumping a massive, fresh wave of oxygen and nutrients straight up into your brain. Even better, physical exertion causes your body to release a specific protein that scientists playfully call fertilizer for the brain. This protein does exactly what fertilizer does to a plant. It helps grow brand new, healthy brain cells in the exact area responsible for memory and learning. So every single time you sweat, you are physically growing a bigger, better mental hard drive. Daydreaming. We live in a fast-paced world that constantly tells us daydreaming is a waste of time or a sign of laziness. But neuroscience says the exact opposite is true. When you completely unplug and let your mind wander aimlessly, your brain activates a massive internal network that usually sleeps when you are busy. While you are consciously sitting there doing nothing, your subconscious mind is actually working overtime in the background. It is quietly acting like a matchmaker, connecting distant memories, random facts, and old experiences that normally never talk to each other. This is exactly where creative breakthroughs, brilliant ideas, and eureka moments come from. When you stop forcing your focus and let your brain connect the dots on its own. Socializing. Have you ever noticed how completely exhausted you feel after a long social event? That's because having a good conversation is one of the toughest, most complex tasks you can ever force a human brain to perform. In a matter of milliseconds, your mind has to read subtle facial expressions, decode changing tones of voice, interpret body language, understand emotions, and come up with an intelligent reply, all at the exact same time in real-world speed. It's a massive mental juggling act. Socializing aggressively keeps your verbal processing units running at maximum speed and sharpens your emotional intelligence. Getting enough sleep. A lot of people think sleep is just empty downtime when your body turns off. In reality, sleep is critical maintenance time. While you are totally unconscious, your brain activates a highly specialized plumbing system that literally washes away toxic waste and mental garbage that builds up during the day. At the exact same time, your brain acts like a computer filing system. It takes all the messy, fragile short-term data from your day and permanently glues it into the safe storage of your long-term memory. If you willingly cut your sleep short, you are forcing your brain to operate through a thick, toxic fog the entire next day, actively lowering your own IQ. Playing an instrument. If you want to give your brain the ultimate full-body workout, pick up a musical instrument. When scientists put musicians inside brain-scanning machines, they discover something beautiful. Playing music lights up almost every single area of the brain simultaneously. It requires your eyes to read notes, your ears to listen to the pitch, and your hands to move with mathematical timing. All while expressing deep emotion, this incredible demand strengthens the thick bridge of fibers that connects the left and right sides of your brain. This allows messages and creative thoughts to travel across your mind much faster and through highly unique shortcuts. Trying out new hobbies. The absolute moment you dive into a completely unfamiliar hobby, you force your brain into what experts call beginner mode. This specific stage is pure intellectual gold. Because you have absolutely no idea what you are doing, your brain cannot rely on old habits or muscle memory. It has to sweat, struggle, and work extra hard just to understand the absolute basics of the craft. Whether you are learning to cook a complicated new cuisine, trying leather working, or learning how to write computer code, building a diverse portfolio of different hobbies creates a highly versatile, multidimensional intellect that can handle any type of problem. Stepping out of your comfort zone. True high-level intelligence isn't just about how many facts you know. It's about how well you adapt when things get tough. When you deliberately put yourself into uncomfortable, high-pressure situations like public speaking, moving to a new place, or taking on a scary new responsibility, your brain releases a potent chemical cocktail of adrenaline and focus hormones. This survival surge instantly sharpens your awareness to a laser point and forces your intellect to evolve. Staying in your comfort zone makes your brain soft and lazy. Controlled discomfort forces it to grow. If you've come this far, make sure to give this video a like and follow up for more content like this.